This is the moving forward with another one, and these are for general questions on Taurus. And bear with me 1 moment. So, excuse me. Tell me, Taurus, what's on your mind? Tell me what's on your mind, Taurus. What's on your mind? What's coming up? Tell me what's on your mind. Some Tauruses out there. Oh, it's a major change, a major transition. Rude awakening or a positive awakening. So rude awakening, a good one or a bad one, depending on what you want to tell me. Tell me what it is. Some of you suddenly want to take off, okay? Or some of you are waiting to take off, okay? Some of you are waiting to make a major change. There's been major changes in your life. I understand that. Bear with me. This is a evening read. We're over here in the UK. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. So this reaches out to each and every one of you, male and female, okay? What is it you want to tell me? Tell us what's on your mind. Tell me what's on your mind. It's quite a bit. Okay, to some of you out there, you want to speak about a Leo or a, I can see here, Gemini person, Aquarius, something of this nature. Someone's contemplating about some hidden information that someone needs to make a decision about, you know, having some alone time. So someone may be actually having some alone time. Could be a Leo that's in your life. It could be something to do with work, a decision you need to make secretly. Okay, it could be, when we say secretly, it could be like, you know, just to have one-on-one with you. I'm saying that because of the Hermit card here, and then if you put them two together, the Moon card, it means to have some alone time. This would be like the father in religious. This would be the father, 40 days, 40 nights, okay? 40 days, 40 nights in the desert, something of this nature, or in the somewhere like in the mountains, you know, just to go within to see what it is you need to do in life. What's the next steps? You can see signs. Also, you can sense your inner light, whether it's inside or out. You know, you're protecting that. You have your staff there, and that is leading the way. Something about Leo, because I sense with the staff here, it does indicate a wand, a staff, a indication of a one. Okay. So there's someone that's you need to make a decision about, whether it was hidden or, you know, yeah, it could be a serious decision that needs to be made, okay? Some of you are not getting much sleep, Tauruses, and needing to, you know, contemplate, or some of you may need to pray. Some of you are praying for you. So there's some Leos out there that are praying for you as well, Tauruses out there. It could be relative, or just, it could be, if it's not relative, it could be friends, family members, or just groups, certain groups just praying for you. Yeah, to get, yeah, they could be having a look at a different way of life. And some people, it's really strange. What I'm finding is you've got spiritual people that are wanting to awaken more religious people to the facts that life doesn't revolve around just religion, that you come into life and that you have to have, you know, you go to school, you do your education, college, uni, whatever else, go to work, you have your group of people, your friends, you gather together, you eat, and then you go into religion. No, in the very, very beginning, it was never about religion. There was no such thing. It was about spirituality first, and then indoctrinations came in to divide the people between Muslim, you know, people that go to temples, mosques, things of this nature, churches. So then you have the well, there is no congregation really. There's congregations in small groups, but that's division. It doesn't teach unity, although always welcome. The division is between the indoctrinations within the texts, the books, and even the communication within the you know, the languages. And the union shouldn't be always in an English language. Why couldn't the whole world be in union with Arabic language? Why couldn't be the whole world be in union with an African language, like Iba, or like with the Twa people, yeah? Why not? Why can't the whole world be taught that? Why is it that everyone has to learn English and it's okay because it's Arabic and then English? No, it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay, you know, as I'm saying to you. So there is division no matter what in religious contexts and spiritual, although they are one and the same, but there's boundaries with religious, but there's with spirituality, They don't. The higher consciousness, it allows you to be more of a freer spirit and to find yourself and go within. I'm speaking about this as a Taurian myself, because it's like, you know, the boundaries stop you from going within and seeking your inner self in a way in which, if you was to communicate about it, they say it all can come, but then if you communicate some of your knowledge, it's not just beliefs, it's to do with knowing, because it's a direct, with spirituality, it's a direct, you don't go through a father or a son or a mother, you don't go through anyone. It's you and the divine. It goes straight. It's a direct. There's no third party, like a pastor or a you know, or a you know, anybody. It's you and the divine, and then there's the guidance, which are the guiders who help you connect with your essential self. So this is the difference between spirituality and religion. With religious, that they cut you short with, no, it's bad if you know, go into tarot reading, or it's bad if you know, because they've written it in where you don't have a free will. You have a free will, but you don't have a free will. So man is written it in that you don't have a free will to you know, to reading. You won't get the same respect. Although, listen to me as a Taurian, I'll speak out for all Taurians out there. I am confident enough, with both feet down, not one left foot forward, not just one left foot forward, both feet down. I'm very confident enough to say very calmly that it was an illusion. See, now with religion, I understand fully that religion came in the age of Pisces. When religion came about the first plots and writings and context and indoctrinations came in the ages of Pisces. The age of Pisces, not Pisces moon, not Pisces birthday, but the age of Pisces. We're now in the age of Aquarius. Yeah? So it moves anti-clockwise this way around, like certain moon cycles, yeah? So, and the like calendar is more correct. So with this indoctrination, and people come over here in different countries to try and teach you something, some people take it so serious, to the point where, you know, they're hitting each other, you know, pelting each other, the fathers and the sons are hitting each other, you know, and it's causing so much chaos that's very upsetting to certain spiritual people like me, how far they went, you know. I'm feeling the need to speak about this, and I'm going on about a bit too much in the Taurus quick read of Thomas, you know, to talk to me. But me as a Taurian, I'm talking to you as well. I can talk to you. You speak to me. I'm communicating to you. It's my time as well to communicate to you that, you know, try and not drag the illusion on for so long that the new generations don't get the chance to see with new eyes. We're not saying that they mustn't have any discipline, that they mustn't have, you know, the discipline in terms of, you know, conscious discipline, mental discipline in terms of, you know, knowing, you know, how far boundaries and things of that nature. So communication is key. Yes, I believe that. I understand that. You know, I know that. So moving forward, it's more or less, coming into the new grid. I'm always talking about a new grid all the time. New grid, yeah? New grid is all about the age of Aquarius. What does that mean to you? It's transformation. Aquarius, you know, you got Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is the very planet itself is in Taurus. So we are, a lot of Taurians has gone under a lot of, if you ask many of them that are male or female, or no matter where they come from, no matter what nationality they are, if you ask Taurus what kind of years you've had for the past 5 years, I swear on my life, like 9 out of 10 of them will tell you that it's been very breezy. It's been very tricky. It's been very challenging, more than any other year on the planet. Sometimes it's, you could say, oh, I don't know about that, but then because there's been like tweaks of here and there where there has been, you know, more trickier times. However, for the past 5, I say 5, I wouldn't say 10. It depends on the individual, but I could literally say confidently the past 5 to 7 years, then 5 to 7 years at least, for Tauruses, no matter what age they are. I don't care how old you are. they'll get harder. If you know of any Taurians out there, ask them, what kind of year have you really had? Like, try and get to depth with them. Like, really explain to me, like, what kind of year has it been and why is that so? So they will start, if you sit down with them nicely, you know, hopefully, you know, they would have your, they have your loyalty, and they have, you know, you have their best interest, and that they will sit down and actually really speak to you. They will, because they're quite picky and choosy. Us Tauruses, we're quite picky and choosy about, you know, going into depth of certain things personally. But it's been tricky for quite a lot of Taurians, and there's been a lot of people trying to bully us as well, nitpick, because we are, you know, in a different way of doing things. We're just coming out with new ways of doing things. Some of us are on that pathway and following our dreams, and also balancing it out with reality, both of that. Some of us have the keys to do both of those things. Some of us have tuned into the keys of navigating, moving forward, using both of those keys. Now, why should those ones be blamed, bullied, and pushed about, whatever else? And everything was against them. Like, we were climbing a mountain, literally, and you had people at the bottom trying to drag us down, people at the top trying to throw stones down, while we were just with a spare in the mountain, just climbing up. Keep going. We just kept going, and it was every weather. It was storm, it was lightning, it was thunder, everything was coming down on us. And we kept on just putting that spare and in the mountain and just climbing and climbing. We just kept doing that. We just kept on. We, plural. Yep. Male and female, every nationality. I promise to God. And I feel the need to speak to you, a lot of you, about this, okay? No matter where you come from, or no matter how old you are. You know, it's that time we needed to speak about it. We do not appreciate the amount of rumours that's been spoken about us, Taurus. We do not appreciate, you know, the amount of lies and gossip. We don't appreciate that just because we're doing well and we're outspoken, okay? Because we had gone through a lot, so it makes sense why, you know, we need to be a lot more firmer on our feet, firmer with our tongue, firmer with the way we move, because we've already taken a lot of stones being thrown at us just for being ourselves, our authentic selves. And when transitions and changes were going through us, a lot of people didn't understand the transformation that was taking place in many Tauruses. They didn't understand that. Mothers didn't understand, fathers didn't understand, brothers and sisters didn't understand, neighbours and co-workers didn't understand, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends didn't understand. Some of them that did understand were either jealous, or spreading rumours, or envious, or competitive, egotistic, sarcastic. The sarcasm, like Taurus don't like too much sarcasm and stuff, let alone any at all, really, you know. And so, and the amount of people that flagged Tauruses off, it's nothing. What you're talking about, that's your mother. It's nothing. What you're talking about, that's your father. It's nothing. What you're talking about, that's just your ex. Everyone goes through things. Now, what you don't understand, this was really life and death situations. It's really serious, actually. What Tauruses were going through, male and female, what they were going through. And it's like they had a voice, but you weren't listening. None of you were listening. We were also teachers, trying to teach you and tell you some very valuable information. And when you went missing, when a lot of you went missing, meaning like you came away from some of them, tried to make out that there was something wrong with certain Tauruses out there, male and female, we were like, okay, don't ask questions about change when Uranus is in Taurus. Go and look up Uranus, what Uranus means. Go and look up Uranus, please. Every single one of you that's listening to this right now. When you have the time to look up Uranus, that's the major arcana and major card, major life-changing events you could ever get on the planet. This is Uranus. Look at the lightning strike and everything else. The essence of, you know, the major transformation that took... Listen, the Twin Towers in America, in the States, that fell down, yeah? That's this card right here. That's another... This is the Illuminati deck I'm using, yeah? That's a symbol I could say, symbology for the Twin Towers. This could be. When I say this could be, it's whatever it is, depending on what comes before and after, and in a row with it. This is the Twin Towers. Now, when we talk about towers, towers is to do with earth. To build a tower, you need earth. What was stored in, what was running through the Twin Towers? Finances, money, the trade center. What rules money and what sign rules money and trade center? Taurus. As soon as Uranus went into Taurus, this happened. This happened. It was a major event that happened. And it was a major event and transformation that happened in Taurus's lives. Every Taurus on the planet, I'm not even joking with you, because I've spoke with so many of them, yeah, even my parents, okay, even down to my parents. Some of them don't even believe in some of these tarot cards, they're just trying to get used to it and everything else. Some of them can see like, wow, I never saw this before, like the way you saw it. So they're getting used to it, some of them, yeah. However, I'm telling you now, transformations took place. Technology was also trying to get ahead of us. You know, a lot of us had some problems with technology as well. A lot of people did, but with Taurians, I can speak for ourselves, speak for myself and ourselves, that a lot of transitions took place in at least like 7 years, within the past 7 to 5 years. And it was every single day, almost 24 hours. There was no sleep. There was barely any sleep. There was changes in the body as well. The body, in the mind, everything. Transitions, and it was futuristic events. We had flashbacks of specific dreams that we had, which were key. We had some dreams in the past, and around Uranus and Taurus, when that happened within the past 5 to 7 years, from these years here, the dreams came in, where the reflection of those was now taking toll on, it was manifesting, some of it is manifesting. And I've been hearing this, I hear this from different Tauruses. I speak to a lot of people, a lot of people speak to me. I can't even step out of my house without someone seeing me now and again and saying hello and how are you, do you know what I'm saying to you? Same with me as well, to them. It's always someone, you know, so, but I'm someone that likes to lay low. I've got nothing to hide, but it's the fact that me as a Taurian, I like to just keep myself to myself now and again. No, a lot of people know me, but I'm just quite a chilled person, relaxing, quite homely, to be honest with you. I'm not out in the streets, not out in the clubs, not out. I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything. Everything's right here. No one can try and tease me or try and do anything to make me think that I'm missing anything. I'm not. Because my visions go very far. Okay? And I can send my spirit into certain places and I've outlived it. And then I come back here and there's nothing. So before I go there in my physical body and tire myself out, I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, I'm not missing anything. Okay, is what I'm talking about, the major transformation. Because we've done the inner work, the 40 days and 40 nights. We've done that, yeah. A lot of Tauruses, we've done this work, climbing the mountains. Okay, we were in the desert with the tumbleweed. We saw signs in the heavens and everything else when no one was around and nothing was around, I'm saying to you, but light. All we could see was light, so we chose light. Okay, we saw it. I guess what we were gifted for that. So thank you very much for all of you that tried to desert Tauruses, okay? And tried to put us down, tried to, you know, spread rumours. Gossip. Even some Tauruses tried to spread rumours on Tauruses. Some May-born Tauruses tried to spread rumours on some, you know, April-born Tauruses, and vice versa as well. The other way around as well, okay? A whole heap of Jekyll and Hyde was going on, okay? And Snake and Eagle Dragon, I should say. Snake and Eagle Shadow was going on, okay, for the past 5 and 7 years with Tauruses. Okay, some of them like laid low, we were doing our best. Some of us were doing our best, yeah? So try not to laugh. Some of us were doing our best to try and, you know, keep things cool. And we found that no matter how much we practice keeping people cool, things just kept on trying to come out of people to be snide. Like their tones, people's vibration was just off. And we were like, Tauruses were like, what are we going to do? Do we Jekyll it or do we hide it? Like, what do we do? Do we Jekyll or hide it? Which one we're going to be? Do we get angry and stormy and transform, or do we just, you know, deal with it You know, so we had to learn how to balance that new Uranian energy that was within us. Okay, if we look at it from that aspect, because it is a new tool, it's a tool within the mind and within our consciousness. Okay, and how we utilize that for using devices, creating devices, getting into technology, things of that nature. Very heavily into technology at this period of time. Very, very, very. Okay, cyber security. We're talking about components. Okay, things of this nature. We're talking about phones and gadgets. Okay, we're talking about all these things. So even opening up restaurants, things of this nature. But we know some of us that went into, some of us that looked into restaurants and stuff, we knew that it weren't going to go far. Okay, because of what we could see. Because look, if Uranus in Taurus is talking about technology, so that means that everything's going to transcend. Like everything that was Earth, like everyone's eating, is to do with Tauruses. Yeah, eating out, food, Tauruses, restaurant, Tauruses. We know it's not that way, that the businesses are going to fail slightly over time. I don't want to say that for any business out there, that people own restaurants, that it's going to fail. That's not a good you know, it's not really good news to hear. But we're saying in the next couple of years, you know, if you don't transform it into a more futuristic new grid way for the new grid, for the new star seeds coming in, because we're tired, we're bored of the old grid, going and sitting down, and I thought nothing happens. The spoon didn't bend and fold like in Matrix. You know what I'm saying to you? It didn't. So we are now into our next consciousness. So the ones that are on 3D consciousness, those ones will be left behind. We can't deal with that. So we're wanting more. So we're moving. We've come away. The magicians have come away. Us oracles have come away. Us that have ascended have come away because we're bored of the old grid of ways of doing things, the display of things, the projection of things. So we're now in our labs trying to create new ways of how to perform and manifest for the new grid, the new generations, the new star seeds, the new sea stars that's coming in. They're coming in. They're here and they're coming in. Okay, so here's my manifestation. This is part of my manifestation. Okay, it's part of my manifestation. Cars will be flying. You get some flying cars that are a bit like spaceships. Cars that will fuel. So look, it starts off with Tesla. That's the beginning stages of it. But then they're going to be able to fly. Soon they'll be able to fly. I've already written a few things down, what's coming in. But I'm not going to get to that in this reading right now. That's to come. Okay, that's to come. There's so much I really do need to speak about, but I have to slow it down and make, you know, remember that, you know, it's through gears that we level up. So, you know, I'm not just going to go straight to 5th gear with this communication. I'm not going to do that because then I expect you to understand what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not being naive either. I don't think that all of you do not understand. Of course, some of you know a lot more than these kind of things. But for those of you who don't, I don't need to repeat that. You can rewind the video. That's the reason why, you know, I have to take it at those levels. That's for those of you who don't, okay, so don't understand. So there you go. And there's many, it's okay and it's absolutely fine. I'm going to keep saying this to you in different videos, that it's okay, it's fine, it's time to do these things. It's fine. Okay, we're in 2023. For me, I don't feel like I'm in 2023. The days are sped up. I don't feel like I'm in this time. Like many years ago, I was under a different name as well, and I was very, very extremely futuristic, and not everyone was at that stage. So when I'm communicating at that stage in different ways through the projections of my work, not everyone understands. So you'd have people say, I don't understand you. So those are the ones that would have been left behind. Then they would have been rude, like, well, left behind you, left behind. No, but the thing is, the mindset and the level, you would meet other people that were on that level, but then the ones that you grew up with, some of them don't understand. So now that's where you regroup. And until they're ready. Doesn't mean they would never understand. It just means that they need more time to understand. That's all it is. Understand. Inner stand. To then overstand the situation. It's above, so below, and in center. Yeah? And so then there you have it. There you go with Tauruses. I'm going to give powerful reads with Tauruses. I'm telling you now. With Tauruses, okay? We've had enough. Like, there's too much that was going on. Every read I'm going to give powerful reads. But with the Taurians out there that was screaming through the screen. Screaming through the screen. Stamping their feet. Clapping their... I mean, like, for God's sake, you know... you don't understand how much Tauruses have been going through. And, you know, they've been really under pressure. There's so much eyes on them. There's a lot of eyes on Tauruses. Like, secretly, agents, all these kind of things is going on. Smiths, like, all kinds of stuff is going on, yeah? That's on Tauruses, male and female, I'm telling you right now. And they're allowed to be futuristic. They're allowed to project within a new grid. They're allowed to bring new ways. They're allowed, but don't need to slow down. We've done that already. Slowing down meant, look what happened when we slowed down. Some of you are slowing down, so you're doing that for us. So there has to be someone in the grid with the alignment that speeds up within, you know, ways of how we see things and bring things in. Why? Because it's past, present, and future. We have to do that. Tauruses were so slow to the point where they fell back into the future. You see what I'm saying to you? So if it was a loop like this, there's a Stargate, yeah? Tauruses were so slow. Everyone was passing them and doing all kinds of craziness, teasing us. Maybe he was teasing us, calling us all kinds of names, blaming us for things we didn't do. Male and female were blaming, you know, male and female Tauruses for things we didn't even do and stitching us up on all kinds of snips and slide and slip and slide ride. No, NASA. Okay, don't go there. Okay, we said, you know what? Let's just get into the future by going this way around. And so we ended up in the future fast. And now Uranus went into Taurus, but on the retrograde, it was like, okay. You see what I'm saying to you? We was like, everyone go first, because we kind of knew a secret about something, I'm saying to you, and then we just fell into the, okay, so but everyone turned around and was like, whoa, how did Taurus just shoot off like that? Did they part? Did they lap us? Or did they go the other way? This is why, listen, I really am putting up all the Tauruses out there, not just because I'm a Taurus, but literally, we've been through a lot, and sometimes I feel like I'm on the cusp of Aries as well because of where my birthday lies. I haven't got to reveal everything right now. I haven't got to do that, okay? I can keep some for myself as well. But yeah, so you know, I've got May-born Tauruses as well, like my mum, and my dad is also a Taurus. I've got cousins and aunts, very close cousins and aunts that are Taurus as well, both male and female. You know, it's just too many Tauruses in my family, to be honest with you. But I am rather unique. Each of us are very, very, very unique. Like I'm saying to you, we're all superheroes in the family, but we're very unique within our superheroes, and each one has a different color and shade. Like, you know, like you remember the Power Rangers? Every Power Ranger had a different color and shade and a different power to convey in what they want people to understand, yeah, of them. Okay, and they were different shapes as well in form that they will transform into. So that's just like us Tauruses within the family. It's a bit like that, okay? I'm not going to say I know everything about them eye to eye, but I do know about that spiritually, definitely. You know, no stone unturned. Shh. Moving forward. So yeah, I mean, it really is great to communicate about certain things which is needed to be for a long time and held back, and it just takes that video. I'm not in no rush to, oh, I've got to tell you something quick, whatever else. I'm never going to be that way. That's not me. It's normally coming naturally, and so, you know, yeah, I do prefer that. I do prefer that, you know, to come that way, and for me to be myself. And I don't mind people making judgments, because these ones have got a lot of work to do. The ones making judgments have got a lot of work to do. When I think about it, I never ever forget that. So hold on a minute, you're going to make Nick and Cranny jokes about Nick and Cranny. I'm saying to you, so you can do that. At the end of the day, I know for sure that there's a lot of work for those people to do. What I have to do is ask one question. They ain't going to know it. They ain't going to know it. They could be older than me, younger than me, whatever else. New grid, old grid. They're not going to know. Just one question. I don't have to think too hard. That'd take too long to answer a question. But I'm not going to be naive. And it's not about using that kind of energy upon them just to get one up on them. No. It's what I already know the answer to that. That's rhetorical. So, you know, let them keep laughing. These ones are like kindergarten now and again. I'm not going to put them down on kindergarten. So they laugh like they're in kindergarten, something like that, you know, at people that don't understand this kind of language, this kind of lingua, and these things of this nature. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I feel the need to speak and communicate, you know, freely. I've got no cards, as you can see. So sometimes I do have this kind of conversation as well with a few others, and on a phone, people would call me or I'd call them, you know, and we'd have like long conversations, and they always, you know, get their interest sparked. Like, for example, today there was a conversation about light. or was it yesterday? Yeah, the conversation was continued on today, I should say, but it started off yesterday where I was explaining a piece of information about getting to know each one of yourselves, and that meant to get to know each ray of light. So each ray of light, you know, one was good, you know, a few of them are quite good, some of them are short, some of them are long, some of them are gamma rays, you know, the bad senses of it. So which one are you on? I was saying to the person on the phone, which one are you on? They were like, whoa, oh my God, I never thought of it this way, whatever else. I said, yeah. I mean, people explain things. See, this is the new grid way of communicating. Like, you never hear that. Which ray of light are you on? So I communicate like this on the phone with people. Like, only certain individuals, not everyone, there's certain individuals where I know they get it. Like, you know, that's something that we're going to carry into the future, the lingua. These are trendsetters. We are like, we're brave enough to say, yeah, I'm firm about that. I'm confident about this is going to be within a new grid. And we look into the meaning of it, we look into the vibration of it, we look into the convenience of it and all this stuff. And then once we've done all of that very quickly, it's like the speed of light, the way we do that. Those three things, the speed of light, then we convey, we're very confident that that's going to be pushed forward within the next 50 years, okay? If not, then, you know, you can go, knowing the new grid, they will just use it a bit, and then within the next 10 years, they will leave it like a trend, like a pair of trainers, and then bring it back again next 10 years. Okay, so it's a bit like that conversation. Which ray of light are you? Which ray of light are you? How many rays of light are there? I know, yeah? Which ray of light are you on? Which vibration are you on? Which ray of light right now? I'm just saying, there you go. When you're communicating with people, when you're thinking, when you're doing your work, what ray of light are you on then? It was a conversation yesterday and today, and it made them think to the point where they woke up with the same question to me, that I've been thinking about this, and then they were able to communicate in the way in which I convey. I wanted that to happen. That I don't want to have a normal conversation like that, like everyone else anymore, because I don't feel like I'm being myself. This is the way I want to communicate. Which ray of light are you on now? Which ray of light are you on when you're at work? Rather than wave and all these kind of things. We know things are in waves, frequency, the vibration. We know this, but ray of light, different rays of light coming from them. You got gamma, you got ultraviolet, violet, whatever else. Which ray of light are you vibrating on? Level of frequency, level of vibration, level of consciousness. Which one right now? See? We've got a lot of work to do. Before we laugh at everyone else, let's just find out what ray of light are we on quick. Speak soon. Take care for now. Love you, Tauruses. Love you very much. Okay, take care for now. Bye.